out of this. We should learn to consult. Whatever you don't know, ask from a friend. If you just become envious, then the things will not work out. If this one had the time to sit with the brother, could have got the real lineage, how the brother moved until he got the cows and the goats and the sheep, plus the wife. So we need to
according to the capacity and capability that you have according to the general environment. If you are rich, use the richness you have to make her happy and to maintain the baby and all those things. So we should do help the wives of ours when this when they are very weak. The Prophet said, a man should take care of his wife even when they're performing their sexual matters. You have to go slowly. Don't harm her. Our younger ones who use drugs and do things anyhow. It's not allowed. The Prophet, peace be upon him, used to watch for his wives. Used to pay a certain clothes and others for his wives. And the Sahaba were wondering, that's the way to go. So for us, I don't know what to do, but we should encourage our followers to give enough help to give the wives of ours, especially when they have in Surah Al-Talaq. I think tomorrow we shall put everything in writing.
Yes, please.
Allah says that أَسْكِنُوهُنَّ مِنْ حَيْثُ سَكَنْتُم مِّن وُجُدِكُمْ. He was talking about the wives addressing the men, that sleep where your wives sleep. Let them sleep where
You are.
Don't sleep far and maybe you say after eating things then you go away. How to be there with her. Then he continued and said, وَلَا تُضَارُّوهُنَّ لِتُضَيِّقُوا عَلَيْهِنَّ. Do not harm them in any way. And maybe when somebody is then you cannot harm her at all. Then God continued and said, وَإِن كُنَّ أُولَاتِ حَمْلٍ فَأَنْفِقُوا عَلَيْهِنَّ حَتَّى يَضَعْنَ حَمْلَهُنَّ. When they are pregnant, make sure you spend all necessary and possible money on their well-being when they are pregnant. These are commandments. And of course, when you spend money, of course, you have to do other things that are related. Then he continued and said, فَإِنْ أَرْضَعْنَ لَكُمْ فَآتُوهُنَّ أُجُورَهُنَّ. After delivering the babies, make sure that when they are breastfeeding your children, you pay them. This is a commandment in Islam. We pay women when they are breastfeeding our children.
Because Ministry of Health, as Dr. Olin said, realized that most of the healthy seeking behavior, one, men themselves are not good at seeking help. But also because they are the decision makers, if they are not converted, then their families will not seek healthy services because they are the ones even who finance this. So men engagement is a cross-cutting, but like any other mainstreaming factor, if we don't give it responsibility, it dies. So what we agreed in the previous engagements, and I'm glad Prince has hinted on it and picked interest, we gave it to the leadership of the kingdom. So Soka Kingdom, though for them they already have a running campaign on Sadapa or something like that. So they agreed that as I think it's Reverend Chapino said that we are working together. So we are going to have it as one of the cross-cutting activities, but we need to provide leadership. So our culture leaders, and Dollar that are here.
Yes.
Are you, because you are beginning to center responsibilities, for us not to lose that, are you able to provide leadership on that, so that when it gets to whatever we are doing, you are accountable, and for you keep an eye on that. That will be easier than, we are going to have it actually. Every activity is going to have an engagement, because it's a barrier to whatever we want to achieve. But if we can agree that the kingdom take the leadership of that to help us continue to have that oversight role, it will help us, because it has also a lot of both cultural and religious connotations. But
The third, time comes that it becomes weak.
Yes.
And it can no longer hold. That's why women bleed to death.
Yes.
And they die, by the way. Every Monday at Ministry of Health, we review women who die in this country. And the number one killer is that bleeding, what is called postpartum hemorrhage. And how does it happen? Those are the things.
Postpartum
She has
hemorrhage.
overproduced, the uterus is now weak, too many problems. Now that's why we are saying these women should not give birth too frequent, too soon, too late. Okay? Now, the reason why you're here today,
Yes.
it is you to take that message. The Quran may talk about that, no abstinence. No, she must produce until the eggs are over. But look at the health part of it. Yesterday I told you, I'm here to talk about health, not faith. Because I'm interested in seeing women alive. Yes, that's why you're here.
That's now for
so that
you.
me and you, we compromise.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
As you quote the Quran, the Bible, and then the health perspective comes in, we agree that now we want to go out as Muslim, as Catholic, as Reverend sisters, as reverends in the Protestant church, and as pastors. How do we harmonize this and make sure we still have the women alive?
Yes.
It is so painful for a woman to die to leave you with 8 kids.
and agree on priorities. There are 6 areas of self-care, but we need to agree in terms of what are our priorities. Maybe 3 that we want to say, come 2026, we are going to concentrate on this. So that would be now the regional for the religious, and then the Prince. We are also going to come up with an action plan for the culture, and since you're coordinating the rest, maybe that's something we need to start thinking about. Is the minister here today? Doctor is
Around.
Okay, so he needs to capture all these, since even the Prime Minister is coordinating other kingdoms. You will come up with an action plan, which already the discussions are happening. I'm sure they'll be continuing. So if you feel that as a kingdom, sickle cells is one of the things you want to concentrate on, then we can take it on. And so we might not do everything in the shortest time, but let's prioritize and say, for us as interfaith regional, we are going to handle 1, 2, 3 things. But from those, you're also going to have your own district, because each district is unique. You might have to even say, for us, even when the region is this, but for us, we want to run with this issue as a district, because we are going to form our networks. The 4 of you or the 5 that came, when you go back, you'll be your own committee at the district. So start thinking about, as we discussed, start thinking about what are those issues. We cannot do everything. But even our next priority, we might not do all the things we've mentioned. But for example, if you talk about mental health or non-communicable, we can say under that we are going to do 1 thing or 2 things. There can be 100 things, but we cannot do all of them. That way it will be easier for us to look back. The fact that even we don't have very clear resources right now, it's not a project that normally we get projects where it's 1 year is funded, and then we are going to fund you, and you know when you need to go to these homes, you will have fuel.
Human being is a family. Don't go on blaming the teachers, what and so on. What have you done as a family? Family. That is the first school of every human being in the world.
So I relied on the existing protocol and what the doctor asked. You know, we are living in a world with very many preventive diseases, but at times we are not aware. And as parents, it is our responsibility. But it's unfortunate that some of the parents even resist what is good for your child, so that your child is healthy, your child is protected from a particular disease. Now we are talking about the younger girl. We have this animal called cancer. Cancer is killing our people. We have different cancers. Cancer of the breast. Why there even many now? Cancer of the uterus, cancer of the cervix, cancer of every part of the body. We have those cancers. But they are preventive. Now for our girls, we came up with a vaccine, what we call the human papillomavirus vaccine. In short, we abbreviate it HPV vaccine. And we are supposed to protect these girls at 10 years. The right time is at 10 years, where we feel this girl is still really not engaged in a lot of sexual activities. So that we protect this young girl against this deadly disease. We are now picking them. We do a lot of screening, but we are getting these girls at 20, that age, 20, 22, 25, already with the signs. So parents, these services are free. These vaccines are within our own health facilities, even in outreaches in our communities. So I was to encourage you. You have all these congregations in the mosques, in the church, in the cultural leaders, in our communities. Let's speak to our community. You're talking about self-care. Let's protect our daughters. Tomorrow we need this card from these girls, not so?
Yes.
Yes, who will take her when she's already infected? Who?
No.
So, we are here to learn and implement. Thank you very much.
It is very, very interesting. I have lived simple life. When I say simple, there's no way, like the natives sometimes have to say they have to go for some medicine in order to be healthy, in order to be lucky. I've grown in a Christian family, and all that I do, when I wake up in the morning, I thank my Creator for having given me every night. At the same time, pray that the day that has just broken will be equally a blessing. And with, as I say, proper feeding, which my wife has always been, especially when I was still alive, would take care and ensure I have good meals and on time. Besides that, I like doing exercise. I think this I inherited from my school days. I used to participate in a number of voluntary things like scouting. In Namiriango College where I went, we were being trained military sciences, and therefore the drills, running around, so as not to keep idle. I hardly keep idle. If I have nothing to do, I'm not reading, I would rather take a walk around. I also love nature so much. Every plant I see seems to please me because when they mix 3 or 4, they make a good scenery. And that has been a part of my life. I do not want to stay all lonely. always make sure there's someone around. If there's nothing around, as I said, I go to the fields, watch the flowers, and almost speak to the flowers and say, how did you become so beautiful? And of course, the plant would not shrub.
Even birth and take care of her. So we have come up with parents of noble character. And these are the activities that they do. First of all, they stay with their families. Secondly, they have established what they call a circle they call Women with a Mission. Their purpose is to make sure that they sustain themselves economically so that they can support their families. Much as some of them have got extra challenges, but at least we have tried. Lastly, we have got a youth program called Youth for a Purpose. Like now, we are going to have a retreat in January. Every other year, we have a retreat. The whole church, the whole ministry, we identify somewhere, somehow, we bring these people, we train them, we review what we have done in the past, and then ask God to give us direction. So I have realized that I was doing something, but which was broken. Now I'm going to consolidate it together, and much as it's only the school which is registered, but we are going to bring all this program together and we register it so that we can, maybe as you say, in case there's anything like now as we are going to for a retreat, we may have an opportunity to call you and then you add more on us. Thank you.
Thank you.
This self-care to come here to Eastern Uganda, especially to Ruru. This is the first time this to come here. We once in Kampala, and you heard, she said I'm a champion. Yes, I'm a champion for this. I know you have a Quran, you have a Bible, but this is now the time for you. This pamphlet, self-care, I want you to include when you are going back to your denomination, your group, allow this paper, read this paper, and help your people. Before I go to invite the people I'm given to invite, first of all, I introduce myself to you. I am known Bishop Dr. Grado Olukol, and the Office of Born Again Faith. I am in charge of peace and reconciliation. And I have another post in Tororo, this Bukini. I am in charge, Council of Bishops in Tororo. And my vice is Right Reverend. You know, my Right Reverend has many names, but I can try to name them all. It's Samuel Egesa Bogere Joe. Thank you very much. That's my voice. And we have our treasurer called Kamisi. Is in charge of, is the treasurer in the office of the Council of Bishops. And Kamisi comes from Budaga. How many people? Where's Budaga people? Kamisi comes from Budaga. And I want to thank God for you people to appoint me for this office. I'm a champion. I came here to Roro, I inquired, maybe a district card, yes. The district card said no. I said no. You must represent Muslims of the Roro district. You come, even I'm not calling you, come. Please, no. Thank you very much for coming. Your presence is very welcome.